Welcome back, WFTDA.TV viewers, to the FAB SLAV Sevens tournament here in Warsaw, Poland. Coming up next, we have in the blue Dansk Chrome Sirens, one of the youngest teams in the competition. And they will be playing the Breslau Rebels, one of the more experienced teams, although they're fielding a slightly younger squad today. Both jammers very aggressively entering the pack. Dansk just about stealing lead. And the Breslau jammer being sent to the bin for some form of illegal contact. Dansk will be sure to take the opportunity for a power jam. Jamming for Dansk, we have 286, Cruella de Snow. She's been playing for about a year. And she's giving Breslau a hard time, calling off the jam before number 17, Dancing Queen, can return to the track. Dansk Sirens picking up a solid 8 points on their first jam. Lining up to jam now for Dansk, we have number 7, Limit Breaker. And for Breslau, number 17, Dancing Queen. Solid defense from both teams, with a Dansk blocker and the Breslau pivot heading straight into the penalty bin. Both jammers out at roughly the same time, but Breslau just about squeezing lead. The Dansk pack looking rather light. Breslau tries to call off the jam, but can't. And has taken a cut track penalty, leaving Dansk with a power jam. And as we have no apparent lead, it looks like this jam will go on for the full 2 minutes. Breslau's pack looking greatly diminished, and Dansk taking the opportunity. Making use of the advantage they have in numbers, playing a really good offensive game there, the Dansk blockers, especially 21. That would be Amino Acid. Usually plays as a jammer, playing as a blocker today. First of Breslau's blockers returning to the track. And unfortunately, immediately making her way back straight to the bin. Looks like this is going to be an absolutely massive jam for Limit Breaker, who has so far picked up 16 points. Bringing the Dansk score to 24. They'll be very pleased with those first 2 jams. So we have a brief pause for a review, but we see lining up to jam for Breslau. I believe that would be number 11, Sandra. And for Dansk, number 89, Kitty Knox. Breslau still have one blocker in the bin. The jam just about to kick off. Sandra trying to take the outside line and failing, but Dansk sailing through the pack straight away. Breslau not far behind. A little bit of a rough and tumble in the pack on the way past the corner. Big hit there from Breslau's 113. That is Bossy, who started a roller derby journey in Norway and only joined Breslau Rebels a couple of years ago. Breslau picking up some of their first points, a 4-point jam for them, 3 points picked up by the Sirens. Earning up to jam for Dansk, we have Cruella de Snow again. Breslau again. Breslau appear to have no skaters on the track. Much better, there we go. Breslau lining up Dancing Queen for her second jam of the game. And it looks like Breslau are going to start with 2 blockers in the penalty bin, meaning their pack is looking a little bit light on the track. Cruella de Snow making an easy way through the pack, taking lead jammer. Breslau sneaking out just behind, but possibly not fast enough. Pack trying to move as fast as possible to try and nullify that advantage, but Dansk sails straight through, picking up 4 points and calling off the jam immediately before Breslau can do the same. Looks like Dansk have limit breaker back on the track. Breslau bringing Sandra up to jam. Looks like again they'll be starting with just 2 blockers on the track. Mad Angel acting as pivot of sorts. Some delay starting this jam again due to a review. But while I'm here, I'll go back to our sponsors. Once again, there is nothing more SLAV than Kubota flip-flops, which is why the company was invited to cooperate. KMA co-organised the event and have funded prizes for the winning team. And yep, they are something of a cult brand, and the phrase Kubota is not flip-flops, it's a lifestyle, is something of a colloquialism, and we are coming back into the game. Sandra being very aggressive. Big hits there on the Dansk pack, but she's failed to quite, she's made it through. Hasn't taken lead. Dansk jammer following directly behind her. With the Dansk jammer picking up lead. Breslau Drama trying to call it off, but sadly she can't. Limit breaker picking up 4 points. Zandra also picking up 4 points. Sadly, Mad Angel from Breslau heading to the penalty box, along with Zandra, giving Dansk a power jam situation and leaving Breslau's pack looking rather small, but still very effective. Bossy with some very good observation there. Managing to slow the opposing jammer down, but not quite cutting her off. And the Breslau team making their way back on track, back at almost full strength. Limit break finally calling off the jam. Breslau Rebels doubling their score over the course of that jam. Dansk picking up. In fact, Breslau Rebels tripling the score over the course of that jam, picking up 8 points, but Dansk Sirens picking up 16, bringing the current scores to 47 to 12. Breslau bringing back Dancing Queen. And up for Dansk, we have Kitty Knox. Very aggressive start there from the Breslau jammer. Sadly fails to make lead, but she's being recycled. Kitty Knox now completing her initial pass. Mad Angel not quite making there in time to stop from getting through. Very close. Kitty Knox calling the jam. That's 286, Cruella de Snow trying to fight her way through the Breslau pack. But Zandra makes it clean through with fortunately gets a cut track penalty. Allowing Cruella to take lead. Both packs competing for position as Cruella comes round, can't quite squeeze around the outside. Breslau forcing her out, being recycled by Mad Angel. Unfortunately picks up an illegal contact penalty. Cruella calling the jam just as 2 Breslau blockers are sent to the box, giving them another advantageous start and picking up another 4 points. A little bit of chaos as Breslau do a bit of blocker switcheroo with the penalty bin as we get that sorted before the jam starts. A little bit of dancing between our 2 jammers on there as we wait for current situation to resolve itself. And while we do, let's tell you a little bit of Dansk. So Dansk was only formed in 2018, making them one of the the youngest teams here today. But since then, they've been very active. They've managed to organise at least 2 short track events in Poland, several home bouts, and they've had multiple recruitment programmes. They were actually at the Sevens tournament in Poznan last year. And they've been scrimmaging both in Poland and abroad, so despite being one of the younger teams, the activity is definitely showing. Lots of practice, always pays off. And they are looking forwards actually to the second May Day short track tournament in May. Breslau, on the other hand, one of the older teams here, although most of their skaters are relatively junior today. They've been around since 2014. They have a very DIY spirit. They actually train twice a week with the Breslau Avengers, the first men's team in Poland. And together they form the Breslau Roller Derby League.
Women's flat track roller derby is played on a variety of floors and surfaces, including concrete, sport court, and wood. The track layout is 108 feet by 75 feet and is flat and oval. It also includes both outside lane and infield area for officials. You'll notice there are 2 primary lines across one side of the straightaway on the track. The back line is called the jammer line, and jammers must start each jam behind that line on the track. The other line is called the pivot line, and blockers start the jam anywhere on the track between the jammer line and the pivot line. Once the jam starts, the skaters are allowed to skate forward, past these lines, and start making contact. But they must stay on the track at all times, if they can help it.
And with that, it looks like the game may have been cut short. Dan's taking the opportunity to take some photographs on the track. Our next game will be coming up shortly at 11:10. The Vratislaviya Mad Chicks versus Ingria Rollers.